set your boundaries and then just wait and see what happens. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Jasmine Camilla, and boy, do I have a story for you. So, a couple weeks ago, I was in Chicago celebrating my 30th birthday, and I was downtown with my sister. She had a meeting that she had to go to, so I was just roaming around downtown. Walking to this mall, this guy comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, I just wanted to say I think you're really pretty." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I appreciate that." And then he proceeds to compliment me again and was like, "Oh, you have really pretty eyes. I love your hair." And I'm like, "Thanks." Like I don't know what else to say. Eventually he asked me for my number. I'm like, "Well, I don't live here." And eventually I ended up giving him my Instagram, right? So he DMs me later that day and is like, "Hey." And it drives me insane when guys do that. Like, I don't know what it is about guys in this day and age that like don't know how to. First of all, it was all lowercase. It didn't even capitalize age. Like, didn't capitalize age. All lowercase. Just hey, nothing else. Not hey, it was so nice meeting you, or hey, did you find anything at the mall? I'm something, right? Something to start conversation. Literally nothing. Just hey. As my parents always say, hey is for horses, and I'm not a horse. So anyway, so I responded back. I just said, "Hey." And then, we started talking like back and forth, and he asked me, he's like, "Oh, how long are you in town?" And I was like, "Until Monday." He's like, "Oh, we should go out." And I'm like, "Well, I don't get to see my family very often. So like, they take priority basically. Like, so I'm not going to have time to do that." He's like, "Okay, whatever. It's fine." So again, we're talking, and it's very obvious, right? That like, I mean, he's made it known he's attracted to me. And so I was like, I need to be up front with this man. Like, I don't know him. We live in 2 different states. I'm not trying to waste my time or his time. So I DM'd him. I was like, "Hey, like, you seem like a nice guy, and like, I don't believe in wasting people's time. So like, you know, I just don't see this working out. I'm sorry. I'm forgetting something. So when we were talking, I looked at his Instagram just to kind of see if I could figure out any more information about him, like we all do. And his bio said UIC 26. And I was like, oh my gosh, he's like 21 years old. Mind you, I just turned 30. So I'm like, I'm like, he's too young for me. And I was like, well, he could be a grad student. That'd make him 24, 25. And then I was like, that's still too young for me. Personally, it's just too young for me. And so I asked him, I was like, hey, like, by the way, like, how old are you? Like, I feel like I might be a little old for you. And he was like, oh, like, he's like, we're not too far apart in age. Like, I probably just come off young. How old do you think I am? And I'm just like, bro, I am not trying to play this game right now. So I'm like, well, based off the information in your bio, you're either 21 or you're like 24, 25. And he was like, oh no, like I didn't start college right away after like high school, but I'm like studying cyber. Bro, literally did not answer my question. So off rip, I'm like, okay, like this is weird. Like I asked you a direct question. How old are you? And you didn't answer it, and you continued not to answer it. So I'm already kind of like, I don't feel good about this. So we're talking a bit more, and eventually I just get to a point where I'm like, hey, you seem like a nice guy, but I have to be honest with you, like, it rubbed me the wrong way when like I asked you a direct question about how old you were and you didn't answer. That just makes me feel like I can't, like, that if you're not be willing to be honest and transparent about how old you are, like, what else you're not willing to be honest about, And I was like, I just don't see this going anywhere. And he was like, oh no, like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to give you that impression, da 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 da. Can we still be like friends, like internet friends? And I'm like, okay, whatever, sure. I'm not even gonna go into all the details, but let's just say that like I made it very clear up front, like, hey, like, we don't need to cross these lines. Like, if you want to like have flirty banter, like I'm not opposed to that, but like it needs to make sure we don't cross the line. And he's like, oh, I promise I won't cross the line, right? And I said, don't get in your feelings, right? If I do banter back with you, oh, I won't get in my feelings, whatever, right? Da, da, da. And then we had something that came up about like, I think he had accidentally hit banish mode or something, and he's like, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. And I was like, oh, like, not you pulling a Casper on me. And he's like, oh no, I would never ghost you, right? So remember these three things, right? That he said he wouldn't cross the line when it came to like making flirty banter, that he wouldn't ghost me, right, and that he wouldn't get in his feelings. So fast forward, right, to just a couple days ago. Again, we were talking here and there, nothing substantial in our conversation, but he's always finding ways to like make it known that he's physically attracted to me. So I went and got my hair done, got my roots touched up, and just like, yeah, went to get my hair done. And I posted a picture of me in the salon chair under like the dryer, and he commented on my story and was like, oh, like if I wish I could have a taste. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. So I commented back like, sir, I'm gonna need you to close your mouth because you're drooling everywhere. And then I posted some other photos like of my hair being finished and stuff like that. And then I ended up going actually on a 3-day social media fast because I had some things I was praying about and trying to like figure out. And so I didn't get a chance to respond to him, but he, when on your phone, you can see the notifications and stuff pop up. Sorry if you hear background noise. I'm in my room and everyone else is downstairs, like getting ready for dinner, and it's loud. So don't mind the background noise. But yes, on your phone, like you have you have the little pop-ups that say like Instagram notification. You can kind of half read the message without actually going into the message to make it seem that you've like seen the message. So I saw that he had commented back on when I said, hey, you need to stop, close your mouth because you're like drooling everywhere. This man had the audacity to be like, well, suddenly I want to hear you call me sir because I like that. And then he goes, and secondly, maybe the reason why I'm drooling is because I want to eat you up. When I tell you, I was so offended. Like, I truly was like so upset. And I know some people watching this might be like, oh, what's the big deal? Like, he was just trying to Listen, a younger version of myself might have been like kind of like, oh, I mean, like, I don't necessarily want that kind of attention, but like, I mean, he's into me, like, like a younger version of myself would have been like, oh, okay. Me now, absolutely not. First of all, sir, you do not know me. Like, you do not, like, why do you think you can talk to me like that, first of all? And secondly, like, we're not even, it would be different if we were dating again. Like, that's still just like, again, my standards are very different. Again, as a woman of faith, like, I want to uphold myself as such, and have conversations that are honoring to God, right? And to not have conversations that are going to lead me into temptation, right? And so I'm just deeply offended. I'm just like, you said you weren't going to cross the line. You crossed the line, right? Like, so after my social media fast was over, and I didn't even tell him I was going on the fast, right? So he's just probably thinking, oh, she just didn't respond to me for 3 days, which again, I don't owe him an explanation. Like, we barely know each other. So when I get back on social media, he ended up texting me again, or he ended up DMing me, hey, again, because it'd been like 3 days. And I'm like, let me respond back to the guy. So I responded back. I said, hey, I took a break from social media for a couple days, so I'm just not getting to this. And then I responded to his comment about him wanting to like eat me up, right? And I said, I'm sure you probably meant this to be flirty, but honestly, it just made me really uncomfortable. I don't mind being admired and complimented, but like this doesn't do it for me. I was like, I don't know the type of girls that you usually talk to, but like this isn't doing it for me, like, not about that life. And then I said, I was like, it just makes me feel like an object of lust, and I don't want to feel like that. And what else did I say? Oh, I said, you asked if we could be friends, and I agreed to that. But I'm like, it doesn't seem like we're doing that because it just seems like you're trying to still shoot your shot with me every chance you get. I was like, but maybe I'm reading the situation wrong, right? And that's all I said, right? So I sent that Sunday, and then on Monday I looked and said it had been seen, right? And I was like, okay, let's see if he's gonna respond. So it's now Wednesday, and I was like, man, I wonder if he's gonna respond, or is he gonna like, what's going on here? So I tried looking up his profile on the search bar on Instagram, and it wasn't pulling up it wasn't pulling it up. And I was like, did I was like, did this man block me? I was like, hold on. So I go to my DMs, I click on our message, and then I click on his profile through there. And when I go to there, it says like user not found, and then it was like, oh, like this account is private. You have to you have to follow it. And I was like, not you blocking me, as if I'm the like that, as if I'm like the person that did something wrong, right? I was like, see, I was like, this is how I knew you were full of crap. Like it, the fact that you didn't even like remember the three things I said in the beginning, right? He said that he wouldn't cross the line. Cross the line. He said that he would never ghost me. Definitely ghosted me and freaking blocked me. And then he said he wouldn't get in his feelings. You definitely are in your feelings if you block somebody and ghost them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, crazy. And so I'm sitting here laughing like, that's crazy that you blocked me because you felt some type of way about me calling you out on your BS. Like, if you can't handle that conversation, like, this wasn't gonna go anywhere anyway, but like, it's definitely not gonna go anywhere now. So yes, I'm telling you this story because it just reminds me, right? Like, when you set your boundaries from the jump with people, like, they're either gonna respect it or they're not. They're either gonna be like, okay, I can respect that and go with the flow, or they're gonna see themselves out. Now, they might not always try to see themselves out. They're gonna try, right? People are gonna try to push your boundaries, right? Because that's what people do. But sometimes all you gotta do is set the boundary and maintain that boundary, and you'll see how quickly people either try to push against it or walk away from it. You know, and this guy definitely was like, you know what, I'm out. This is not worth it, whatever. And I'm like, you're right. If you can't handle having a normal like conversation, like in confronting the fact of what I said, then like this wasn't gonna work out anyway. Like, and this guy was 29 years old. I'm like, come on, dude. This is why I'm still single, because there are all these boys out here trying to be men or think that they're men, and they're not even able to have like normal regular like conversations. Like, they don't have the emotional maturity and the emotional intellect to be able to have these type of conversations without getting defensive, you know. So I say all that to say, do not be afraid to set boundaries, because boundaries are how we protect ourselves. And also there are good ways to help us decide, right? Like, the type of people, right? Like, who needs to be in our life and who doesn't need to be in our life, right? Oh my gosh, sorry. Again, I don't know what they're doing downstairs. They're throwing something and it is hitting the wall. So that is my cue to end this video before it gets even louder. But thank you guys for listening. Again, comment below if you've had a similar experience or just any type of experience like that. I would love to hear about it in the comments. So yeah, bye guys.